All right, Dr. Professor Jordan here, and we're gonna plant some beet microgreens today, so stay tuned. Okay, so we've soaked our beet seeds for about 4 hours, which I think is the perfect time. So now I think I soaked about the amount for 2 5x5s, so I'm gonna sow those. And what you want to do is you want to get some adequate breathing room between each seed. That just means you don't want them to be too crowded so they get tangled up on each other or they just don't have room to breathe. The next step that I'll do is I'll just cover it with a light layer of soil so that the seeds are surrounded by a constant source of moisture. Some people do like to not use soil as a covering. You can use a paper towel. But a covering, I think, is necessary. Without it, your beets may get a little stringy or just kind of germinate unevenly. I feel like you just get a stronger grow when you cover it with something. Kind of imitates its conditions when you plant it like a normal garden vegetable. And then I'm just gonna give it one more spray after I fill up my water bottle. This is what we do at True Leaf Market. We keep it real. Spray it down, make sure that the top layer isn't soaking wet, but it's just got a good level of moisture. And then what we wanna do is we can just take another tray. It can have holes. That's not too big of a deal. It just needs to trap a little bit of humidity. So we'll cover it and then we'll come back in about 2 days and just check on it. And then if it needs uncovering, we'll uncover it. But if not, we'll leave it covered until we see the beets poking through the soil. And then we'll place it under light. So we'll see you in a few days. All right, we are back to check on our beet microgreens. And I know what you're thinking at this stage. If you've grown them yourself, you're like, what is wrong with my microgreens? They're kind of scraggly. Some of them are poking through quicker than others. Some of it's just pushing the soil up so it looks all crazy. That's totally normal. It's actually a sign that everything is active and growing. If you want to get in, Jackson, and check this out, you can see that these beet microgreens grow kind of strange, you know. The cotyledon hugs the stem for a good period of time until it pushes through the soil, and then it unfolds itself and opens up. So it can look a little strange at this stage in its life cycle. Its teenage period, as I like to call them. They just look a little scraggly. They're still developing, so a little bit of patience and just consistent watering will give you a really good crop. So in about 3 to 4 days, we will see you again. All right, the results are in on our beets, and as you can see, they turned out pretty darn good. When you last saw them, they were really scraggly and some of the cotyledons hadn't come up yet, but you know, after another week of growth, they really uniform out. You still see that you have the beet seeds on the tips there, but you know, those can be easily removed during harvest, and most of them do get de-shelled anyway. They're usually done in about 14 days. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ambush Donnie and have him taste some. Oh, hey Donnie. No, we're just live and stuff.
Oh, dope.
On the internet. We want you to try some Cylindra beet microgreens.
Oh, I would love to try some beet, dude.
And our nice shady office. It's a little dark.
Do I take these,
Oh yeah, just remove the tips. Maybe just eat a stem. Do you like rhubarb pie?
I do.
It's got kind of like a rhubarb,
It does.
charred edge to it.
They're not as strong as I thought they'd be.
Right, yeah, they're not as strong as the normal beet, but
I like it.
pretty decent.